Hey everybody, happy Friday. Alan Weber from the Mayor's Office on a Friday morning. A few things to update you on. First of all, this is going on right now at 1420 Cerrillos Road. It is the Native Community Food Distribution and Care Bundles. Food bags for all and care bundles for Native seniors, children, and babies. May 8th marks our 5th distribution. We've handed out hundreds of food bags and personal care items to the Native community in and around Santa Fe, courtesy of the Santa Fe Indian Center, 10 a.m. right now till 12 p.m., 1420 Cerrillos Road. If you've been following what's going on in the northwest corner of the state with our friends and our residents, our fellow New Mexicans from the Navajo Nation, from other pueblos, you know that the Native community has been particularly hard hit by COVID-19. So this announcement about food and care bundles, Native seniors, children, and babies, it's really important. It's another example of this community's heart, of Santa Fe's soul, of the way we're trying to help everybody. Be aware that this continues to be an important part of responding to the COVID-19 virus. Few pieces of data. Yesterday, 0 new cases in Santa Fe County. So if you go back for the week, well, we had a bad turn on the 2nd. We had 7 cases. But overall, 7, 8, 10 for the week, 1 fatality, 1 death we suffered. It tells me that we're doing all right, but we're still not doing enough. If you look at the charts and the data that the governor's team assembled, there are a number of gating influences or factors, measurements that will tell the governor in her role whether we're able to reopen or not. And the critical one is, right now, for me, the rate of the spread of COVID-19. It still is higher than the allowed limit. We're spreading it too much, not just in Santa Fe County, but across the state. And so I'm going to go back to the basics. These are some masks that we got, courtesy of our friend, the mayor of Columbia, South Carolina, Mayor Benjamin. Big shout out, big thank you. We'll be getting 14,000 free masks. They're made out of the equivalent of t-shirt material. They're very easy to put on. You loop it over one ear, you loop it over the other ear, and you go out. As we go into or toward this idea of reopening, you don't reopen if you don't have good numbers. And right now our numbers aren't good enough. So we will be getting these masks out. We don't have the distribution plan yet, but we will be getting, the shipment is on its way. We'll be getting something like 14,000 of these free of charge. That's not quite enough for everybody in the city to have their own, but let's make sure that those who are most vulnerable, those who are most in need, those who are out at risk, our workers, our employees who are in essential jobs, we'll make sure they have masks. We're looking very, very seriously at a number of different reopening measures, protocols, a pledge where people in Santa Fe pledge to do certain things. I pledge to wear a mask when I go out. I pledged to keep 6 feet distance. I pledge to wash my hands. I pledge to use hand sanitizer. I pledge that when I get home I will wash my hands. I mean, if we all take these kinds of pledges, if our store and shop owners put up pledges in their windows saying, we took the pledge, we're keeping Santa Fe safe, we'll be on our way, I believe, towards setting the standard for what it means to break the back of COVID-19 and then move us toward the next phase where we actually could imagine reopening on a limited scale gradually and not run the risk of a second wave. Now, right now we don't have the distribution plan set for these masks, but we will get them set, and I'll keep you posted on that. If you're interested and you want a mask in the future, we will be distributing the 14,400 masks that we'll be getting. So stay tuned. In the meantime, I always keep my own personal mask handy. This is it's something I can put in the laundry. I can wash it. I can put it back on. It's easy to put on over ear loops. It's pretty nice color, nice design. I wear it whenever I go out. Please, I hope, please, you will wear one yourself. Make it something that Santa Fe does. We all wear masks. When we go out, we have a mask on. When we go out, we use sanitizer. This is the pledge we take to keep Santa Fe safe. Tonight, I want to make sure you all know about it. It is Virtual Lemonade, streaming Friday, May 8th at 8 p.m. www.virtuallemonade.com. It's a fundraiser to help our artists and the people who are producing artwork, producing cultural contributions to Santa Fe. Those are the folks who are the heart and soul of our community. If you want to tune in, it's going to be a great program. Buffy St. Marie, Ally McGraw, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham will be featured. Lone Pignon, great group, does great kind of high mountain, high country harmonies. Gary Farmer, our old friend Brian Hardgrove from Public Enemy, doing interviews with David Byrne, Fred Schneider from the B-52s, Stuart Copeland from the Police, all hosted by Hakeem Bellamy, poet laureate from our colleagues down in Albuquerque. 8 p.m. tonight, virtuallemonade.com. Check it out. Already featured in Rolling Stone magazine. You may remember Rolling Stone. It's kind of the Fast Company of the entertainment world, kind of hip, cool. Well, they are even saying that Virtual Lemonade is the place to be tonight. On Tuesday night, I'm just running through some things you all should know about. Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Is Meet the Developers. It's the next opening up. Now that we have a partner at Midtown, with the City Council having voted 7-2 to strike a partnership with a developer, a master developer, with a hardcore group of Santa Fe partners, everybody from HomeWise to La Fonda to Christus St. Vincent to YouthWorks, all of those folks on the team. The developer will be taking questions Tuesday night, May the 12th, 5 p.m. Most of the questions to start with will be ones that didn't get answered at the last special council meeting. We got something like 70 questions that came in over the transom, and there's plenty of time. There'll be more meetings with the developers. There'll be some where it'll be a specific topic to talk about housing or transportation and mobility or sustainability or higher education. Each will have a special meeting, but Tuesday night it's an open subject. It's a follow-up to that original meeting. If you want to submit a question, you can do it with email, info@midtowndistrictsantafe.com, info@midtowndistrictsantafe.com. Send in your questions. There are a bunch to still be answered from last round, but new ones are welcome. So tune in, 5 p.m. Tuesday, May the 12th. Today, we are implementing the first of what will be a going forward part of the city's financial emergency. We're closing city offices Fridays starting at noon. There'll be furlough Fridays because we are really, just like many of the businesses in Santa Fe, dealing with a cash shortfall and a fiscal emergency. It's a national phenomenon. cities across the country are feeling the incredible aftershock of COVID-19 now hitting budgets, hitting the budgets of our companies, our businesses, our mom and pop shops. They don't do business, we don't do business. So Friday afternoons, virtual offices closed Fridays. Here's some fun news. You may remember that we had a poetry contest promoted by our amazing librarians, a poetry contest on what Santa Fe means to me, especially now. It was Poetry Month, and we got lots of entries. In fact, there will be a collection published. But here are the winners of the Mayor's Cup Poetry Prize as decided by our librarians, sent to me by Maria Tucker, our head librarian, who is a superstar in her own right. We did it by age, so and first, second, third place. I want to give a shout out to our winners. And they'll be getting prizes. They'll end up with some gift certificates to Collected Works Bookstore and a local restaurant, funded by the Friends of the Library. So anyone who wants to make a donation in support of the project, it's Friends of the Library. We like to boost them for all the work they do, because our libraries are really core to our community. Here are the winners. Drum roll, please. 7 to 10-year-olds. Asher Gonzalez, first place. Juliet Anderson, second place. Sirena Rodriguez, third place. Congratulations, you are all prize winners. 11 through 13. Leo Unzicker, first place. Hazel Hitt, second place. Rosetta Uberaga, third place. 14 to 18. I should probably do these backward, third, second, first. But anyway, first place, Chloe Lieberman. Second place, Alexandra. And third place, Aiden. When you are such a good poet that you only use your first name, you know you are really a branded poet in our town. And we are a city of poets, make no mistake. We have a new youth poet laureate, by the way, who will be reading to the city council and the city at Wednesday night's upcoming city council meeting. The adult winners, Jennifer Kuziak, Owen Lorian, and Michelle Chavez. Congratulations to all of you. There's a link to the book. Anyone can find it on the homepage, santafelibrary.org. Check it out, What Santa Fe Means to Me, Especially Now. Thank you to everybody who wrote a poem and sent it in, whether it was haiku or a long verse, whether it rhymed or didn't. Putting yourself out there, writing poetry, contributing to our art and culture, commemorating the moment we're in right now of COVID-19 and how we make it through it. As everybody who participated, a great big thank you to everyone. A couple of other interesting developments I just wanted to run by you. I had a conversation yesterday afternoon with a number of folks in the community from different parts of our city, and one statistic jumped out at me. We had some folks on the call from Century Bank, our friends over at Century Bank. And if you want to know how we're doing with getting relief money out into the community, Century Bank alone, just one of our banks, has already processed, thanks to the federal relief program, just for the most part in Santa Fe, 550 loans, $103 million that have translated into paychecks for 13,500 employees getting paid for 8 more weeks of work. That is spectacular work. That means they were working late nights and weekends to make those, I don't know whether it was paper or technology, but get the digits moving to get the digits moving this way. So 550 loans, $103 million for 13,500 of our fellow residents getting a paycheck for 8 weeks, thanks to the money coming out of Washington, D.C. I'm very hopeful that will continue. I'm very hopeful that a measure that has been promoted by Senator Heinrich and Congressman Ben Ray Lujan will meet with success. It is a multi-billion-dollar program for states and cities under 500,000 in population right now. Only cities over 500,000 in population have gotten that kind of direct federal support. So one of the reasons we're having to resort to Friday furloughs is we have been really without that kind of benefit from the federal government. That's about it for Friday. A lot going on. A lot of work going on at Midtown to help our homeless residents stay safe. The food program continues to really blossom and grow. Our Economic Development Director, Rich Brown, doing a tremendous job coordinating the effort out at the community college to get that kitchen stood up with Dave Ager and the World Kitchen. Just remarkable stuff from the heart of Santa Fe. It is worth taking a minute to be emotional about the moment we're in. There is a lot of hard work to be done there, and there's a lot of hard times to get through. And I don't minimize it. I mean, we all know folks or are ourselves in a situation where our job has disappeared, our company is at risk, our business is closed down. We may have people in our family who are sick, who are struggling. This is a time for Santa Fe and our heart to be empathetic, to be patient, to do outreach, to help others. If you live next to somebody who is a little older and maybe a little more frail and they're afraid to go out and do their own grocery shopping, get their list and bring some groceries back for them. If there's somebody you know who needs a mask, doesn't have a mask, there are ways to simply produce a mask with a little bit of material and some sewing. If you know somebody who feels isolated or lonesome or feels really like this whole COVID-19 pandemic has left them off their bearings, reach out and give them a call. Send them a note. Tell them you appreciate them. Make a small gesture of empathy, of love, of compassion, of concern. These are hard times, folks. This is not easy to stay shuttered, stay safe, and still make it through with our heart, soul, and our minds healthy and safe as well. So think about somebody who you could help. Think about somebody you could show compassion toward. Somebody who needs a little gesture of love and appreciation, a remembrance that you know they're there and you care about them. I got a call yesterday from a friend of mine I used to work with when I ran Fast Company magazine. She was the head of our advertising department. She's isolated and alone in New York City, and all of a sudden I got a call out of the blue from my friend Linda, just checking in, asking how I was doing, but as much as anything, making sure that she and I were still connected despite COVID-19. There must be somebody in your life who could really benefit from a phone call or an email or a note or a little postcard saying, I'm thinking of you and I want you to know you still matter to me, we're still connected, we're still together. Santa Fe is that kind of a place. That's where we live. We live in our hearts. We live in our spirit. We live in our beliefs. We live in the way we take care of each other, family, extended family, community at large. So as we wrap up a week, looking forward to a beautiful weekend, please touch somebody else's life with a note and an expression of love. It is how we make it through hard times, financial hard times, health hard times, emotional hard times. The only way we make it is if we make it together. So as we head for a weekend and then start the new week, please remember to stay safe, stay healthy, to the best of your ability, still stay home. If you do go out, please set an example. Wear a mask. Take that pledge. I will wear a mask. I will wash my hands. I will practice social distancing. I will keep other people safe, and I will keep myself safe. That's about it for this week. Stay safe, stay healthy to the most of your ability. Please stay home, and I'll see you next week. Take care.